Hi, so this is Tanya Mchale here, and my co-facilitator Stephen Chervony. Today we're going to talk about a pattern that occurred in a couple that we were working with, and it was a situation that illuminates what can happen when we interact with our kids in certain ways. So this is a situation. My client has three children and is happily married and has really a great life in so many ways. She's got a wonderful job, provides a lot of income for them, also has three really wonderful kids, and a very supportive husband. So on the outside, you think this person has everything, but this is what actually happened recently in a situation we were working with. Her oldest son was asked to do something one night, maybe go upstairs and start a bath or start to get ready for bed. And instead of doing that, what he did is headed out the door and started running down the street. My client was alone with him at that point, and she started running after him. And the more he ran, the more she had to run after him, and he finally ended up at a neighbor's house. And so she caught up to him and immediately tried to contain the situation by picking him up and starting to carry him back to the house. By the time they got back to their house, she had decided she was going to bring him upstairs. And on the trip up the stairs, she was holding him, and her son at that moment butted his head against her and then hit the back of his head against the wall and hurt himself quite a bit. And that moment where he did that corresponded with a thought our client had. And that thought was, I am so angry I could throw this kid down the stairs. And they ended up at the emergency room that night. And while they were waiting in the emergency room, there was a ton of judgment that was going on in our client's head about what a bad mother she was, about how inappropriate it was that she had that thought, about how she should have been whatever, different from what happened. And those thoughts created a lot of pain for her. So Steve's going to tell you a little bit about how that scenario ended up.
So, what's totally normal and what our client was experiencing is known as a negative feedback loop. She starts questioning everything about who she is and how did she get here. She's in the emergency room with her son, and the fact that he was just acting like a kid doesn't even register. It's that she had a thought of harming him, and now they're in the emergency room. So she's questioning, who am I as a mother? How do I do anything when I can be so out of control and so not understanding of the situation? And what ended up happening was we worked with her in showing her what was the feeling that she was operating under when her son was acting out. And as it turns out, she grew up in a home that out of control was what she saw. And her feeling was fear, and that she didn't know how to deal with it, so that the anger that came out seemingly at her son was not about her son. It was about, I don't know how to get things under control, and that I'm bad as a result of that. So the upside in dealing with us was that she had a different perception. She could look at herself in a different way, realize that she did not harm him. He was just being a kid, that she's not ill-equipped. She's just human. She has wounds. She has things to grow from, but a different perception can make all the difference in the world. Okay.
So that kind of scenario is something that usually we don't leave that information alone. We treat that information as a database, and it's a database that's informing us about who we are. When we don't edit that information and see it in a larger picture, it can have a huge effect on who we are as parents. Steve and I work together in terms of helping people to change their perception so they can be more functional in their relationships. And it's actually one of the most important things we can do. So we told you a little bit about that today. We'll have some more pieces coming out for you, and have a great day.